Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon Hard 5 Merciless Mode is one of the most harsh difficulties in the series. With barely any playtesting, Intelligent Systems thought it'd be a good idea to include this game mode. You can see why Fire Emblem wasn't a popular franchise out of Super Smash Bros. At the time. Also yes, this game features Marth, or as referred to in the anime as
Oh, but Marth!
After the 5th entry in the Fire Emblem series, they decided to finally let Marth star in his own game. If only there were more games in the series that featured him. Anyways, if you want a little backstory as to why Marth and the gang are on an island, you're out of luck if you're playing anything but normal mode. Rest in peace Frey and Discount Gordon. Since we're real gamers, we won't bother too much with the details. All you need to know is that Marth decided to wear pants and was whisked away from his kingdom for his treachery. Now a bunch of bandits are attacking your army. Since it's not a real Fire Emblem game, bandits aren't trying to kill you in Chapter 1. Marth takes too long putting on his big boy pants and the first village is destroyed. It's a shame, since in the game's code that village contains a silver card, so I already missed out on something so useful this early on in the game. Let's go over the units you receive this chapter. Marth. This pants-wearing lord has his rapier, which is super effective against mounted and armored units. Too bad he's sword and footlocked. He's the only unit in the game that can visit houses and seize thrones, so expect him to be moving around the map a lot. He'll be your best thief though. For starters, have Marth go rob the nearest village for all the gold they have. Jagen, your first pre-promoted unit. He's here to trick bad players into investing into him, thinking they'll get an even greater unit. In reality, with his poor growth, he'll be stealing experience from the rest of your army, so don't bother using Jagen if you're bad at Fire Emblem. If you're good like me though, throw Jagen onto that fort with his Silver Lance equipped to start 2-hit KOing those bandits. You'll want him to get A-rank lances and strength level up if possible to be doing the same thing to the bandits next chapter. Caeda, your first flying unit. With such poor strength and fragile health and defense stats, you may be tempted to toss her to the side. With her personal weapon, the Wing Spear, however, you'll soon see how much of a force she is to be reckoned with, especially once we unlock the ability to forge it. We'll want to get at least 1 point of speed on her before the next chapter to 1-round KO the Cavaliers, which shouldn't be much of a problem because of her 85% speed growth. Abel, the slightly better of the two Christmas Cavaliers, immediately can use javelins. Not much to say other than he's a good staple in any playthrough. Cain has to start training with the lance once he hits the ground running to be able to use javelins as soon as possible. He's not that much at a disadvantage compared to his Green Christmas Cavalier counterpart, and both will be useful with a bit of training. Just be careful with the archers this chapter, they'll get doubled by him. Draug. Now we start reaching the bottom of the barrel of units this chapter. This is one of the few chapters where Draug as an armor knight won't be getting doubled. You may think that his high defense will save him from taking heavy damage, but soon enough he'll be getting 1 round KO'd. At least you can use javelins. Bench him when you get the chance. Gordon. He provides the most accurate 2-range option for the next few chapters, because he uses bows. Make sure he doesn't have the steel bow equipped in enemy range, since they'll 1-round KO him. You'll see a common trend with bow-wielding units in that they're not all that great. It's nice not to get counter-attacked when they're fighting 1-range enemies, but it's a real inconvenience that they're unable to retaliate in most cases during enemy phase. After Jagen clears a few of the bandits, have him retreat to the first fort on the map. Have the rest of your army take on the remaining pirates. It's preferable to form a wall so that enemies don't decide to bully just one of your units. Once the first wave of bandits is cleared up, heal your army using the forts. This is the only way to currently recover health. Once that's done with, take on the remaining enemies. Have Marth visit the last village to recruit a healer named Riss, a humble curate who doesn't want to fight. Just have Marth beat him senseless until he submits though. When it comes to fighting the boss, your units will struggle. Base level Marth gets 1-hit KO'd, so does Caeda. Base level Cain and Draug will get 1-round KO'd. The only team members that will survive a round of combat are Abel and Jagen, who faces a bit of critical against him. The common consensus by the community is to stock up on iron bows and let Gordon reach level 20 by boss using Caeda. My thoughts on the matter is if you're going to boss views, do so with good units. Jagen, Caeda, and Abel will be having field day this chapter. Draug and Gordon can come in and get the scraps. Just let Cain, Riss, and Marth sit back and enjoy the show. After reaching most of the benchmarks I set for my army, Caeda is defeated. You see how ridiculous the first level is? Don't even get me started on chapter 2.